Well, welcome to United Matters channel. United holds Vlahovic talks. That's it. So Vlahovic to Manchester United talks have been held, but not only with Manchester United but with other competitors, because this player looks like he has known that maybe Juventus has hit a dead end and he doesn't deserve to be there. Then the agent of Dumfries has also fled to UK to talk to Manchester United, Arsenal, Newcastle and Manchester United. Then lastly, looks like Elanga is looking to be the hottest player to be wanted on loan at Manchester United. It is a team coming in from Netherlands that is really lining up its interest to take him on loan until June of this year. Welcome to this channel. Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So today is a Saturday, match day. United is playing Reading at Old Trafford. You know that very well. And you know what we do on the match day. Match day live, match build up, reaction, player ratings. Close to 4 videos are expected to come in as far as the game of football is concerned. And exactly at 22 hours we'll be live on this channel doing what we call the match build up, bringing you the confirmed team news and breaking it down on how we expect these players to play and really get a result at Old Trafford. What a way to return to Old Trafford after playing how many games? We played against Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Nottingham. 2 weeks away from Old Trafford, because we last played at Old Trafford when we are beating City by 2 goals to 1. And this time round the fans are really thirsty for Manchester United to return, and I believe their thirst is going to be quenched by a very, very huge win today at Old Trafford. Not so? So I believe that's the case, and don't forget to continue to subscribe to this channel, because the more you subscribe to this channel, the more you guys really build this family huge, all bigger, and secondly, you won't really miss out on content concerning Manchester United, because here we strictly do Manchester United. You want to see me do other content of other teams? Rokani Media Football is the place to be. Now, United is really on the search of a striker. That's it. Searching for a striker has always been hard for Manchester United. Do you know why? We'll spend huge on a striker on Romelu Lukaku, £75 million from Everton to Manchester United. That's when we'll spend huge on the striker at Manchester United. But for over the years, we have really gone ahead to spend huge on defenders, midfielders, wingers, but the striking option has not always been getting huge funding, because Lukaku was bought by Jose Mourinho. That's it. Louis van Gaal brought in Anton Martial. They gave him Falcao. Ferguson brought in Robin van Persie during the end of his spell at Manchester United. And David Moyes relied onto those. Van Persie, Wayne Rooney. So even when they bought Wayne Rooney was really expensive at his age, because he went for close to £30 million by then. That was a lot of money being invested in a player of the age of Wayne Rooney, because Wayne Rooney was just 18. So it has always not been a norm at Manchester United to spend huge onto strikers, like we've seen other teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man City, Chelsea, and other teams that are really huge like PSG. They've gone ahead to spend huge on strikers, but for United it has not been the norm, because in the last 10 years we've only broken the bank to sign a striker at £75 million on Romelu Lukaku. Now this time round, Erik ten Hag has made a striker his #1 priority in the summer. One will ask, there is Anton Martial and Weghorst. What is ten Hag's plan going to be like? He wants 3 strikers at his club. Now, one of those that he's monitoring is Dusan Vlahovic. That's it. And we're having a story coming in from Italy. Obviously, the Italianos telling us about a player playing at Juventus known as Dusan Vlahovic. Now, we've been told by Corri dello Sporto, this comes in from Italy, that Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal all have recently held talks with Dusan Vlahovic's entourage. Juventus could sell the forward for €90 million in the summer. Now, this is a story that gives me hope on having Vlahovic. You know, one thing, if at all you want to go ahead and really rival a player you want, and his club is really telling him, please, we are going to sell you at this and such amount of money, you really go ahead and really put another striker that is more better than him, and he's at a cheaper cost. Now, I believe United are looking at 3 strikers. Harry Kane, therefore, Harry Kane, Benjamin Šeško, Vlahovic, and Victor Osimhen. But as news is really circulating or bubbling around Manchester United, looks like Erik ten Hag wants Victor Osimhen as his first choice. Dimasio told us yesterday United were going hard on the player in the summer, but Napoli didn't want to sell him. So Napoli is calling for 120 million euros for Victor Osimhen, and that is ridiculous for me to buy Victor Osimhen at 120 million euros. Yet Vlahovic, who is better than him in all aspects, is costing 90 million euros. There is a gap of 30 million euros. I believe if there is a player like Vlahovic at 90 million euros in the summer, I go for him. 90 million euros are like 78 million pounds. Let me check here. I'm not mistaken. Euros to pounds. 90, they are like 79. All right. 90 million euros is 78 million pounds. Now, if I'm to get Vlahovic at 70 million pounds, 78 million pounds, why should I go in for Victor Osimhen? Because I've watched all these play. I've weighed them in. There is nothing Victor Osimhen does better than Dusan Vlahovic. The hold-up of Vlahovic is really great. He's a clinical finisher. His swift left foot is just out of this world. He's good in the air and on the floor. I think when we talk about pace, but when they're told, when you're told to bring slow forwards, Dusan Vlahovic doesn't qualify. You get? He's also fast, but however much the other one is lightning quick, that is Victor Osimhen. But I can't go for pace and add in 30 million euros for a player that I believe could go for like that amount of money like Dusan Vlahovic. So I believe Vlahovic is on a different wavelength than Victor Osimhen, and everyone would love to bring in Osimhen, but everyone would love to bring on Osimhen because I know we are having fellow Africans, but he's my fellow African mate. He comes from Nigeria. I have very many Nigerians watching this channel, but I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. I'm falling for quality and money having its value, because we're not going to be ransomed because a player is playing for Napoli, and Napoli has always played a hard game like that. Remember on Koulibaly, United, before going in for Harry Maguire, they wanted Koulibaly, and they called for, is it 90 million pounds? Is it 80 million pounds? So, and Koulibaly was a little bit older than Harry Maguire. Then they decided to go in for Harry Maguire at 80 million pounds. That shows you how hard it is to deal with Napoli. Now, for Juventus, I think with the situations they're having, it's easy to get in a player known as Dusan Vlahovic. Not so, because Vlahovic feels like this is not the home that he came at from Fiorentina. The home he admired to be playing at has fallen off. They've gone ahead to bypass the financial rules. They have to be punished more, and it's said that the punishment is not yet done. 15 points reduction is not done. More is expected to flow from the leaders in the Serie A, and you never know if I can come in through and also put a ban on Juventus. So Juventus is really in a very bad situation that cannot help it keep players like Dusan Vlahovic, because every player wouldn't like to be playing in a toxic environment, and Dusan Vlahovic is really looking to join either United, Chelsea, or Arsenal. Now, can we get this player? Will we win the battle? This is where my worry comes in from, that for the previous years, we've not won a battle of a player. That's it. We've not won a battle of a player. Haaland, Jude Bellingham, Cody Gakpo recently, we've not won it. And you know why you're not winning it? It's simple. We are not having good negotiators. Would we have gotten new negotiators by the summer to discuss these deals? If at all new owners coming through? That's the big question. Because with John Mata heading football at Manchester United, I don't see us succeeding on really getting in players that are really being competed on with other teams like Chelsea and Arsenal. You see these teams, Arsenal went in for Trossard and got that deal done and dusted in 2 days. You get? And that player even played against us and was responsible for the goal that we conceded. The third one. They went in for Jakub Kivior. You get? Jakub Kivior. In just 1 day, the deal was done and dusted. Now they're in for Moise Caicedo. They made a bid yesterday, and trust me, by tomorrow, that deal is going to be done. So, it shows you the level at which the teams you're competing with are at when it comes to negotiating deals. They can get the deal done and dusted within hours. Is it part of our DNA? I don't believe so. And that's my worry, that we might fail to get in these players because they are having teams that are really competing with them, all competing for them. Now, after that, Ten Hag has always been looking for a right back, but I believe his hands are really locked because he can't really execute a deal that involves huge monies in the January transfer window. Now, we've been told by La Gazzetta dello Sport that agent Rafaela Pimenta has flown into the UK to hold talks with Chelsea, Newcastle and Manchester United over Denzel Dumfries. A price tag of £30 million is needed for a move in the summer. Now, Denzel Dumfries, he was part of the 6 short list that Ten Hag made when he came at Manchester United. He wanted Denzel Dumfries, Julian Timber, Lisandro Martinez, Frankie de Jong, Eriksson, Malacia, and Anthony. Those were the 6 players. There are even 7 because there are even Darwin Núñez. 7 players were wanted by Ten Hag. He never got him because the money was not enough and it was spent badly. Now, it said Inter Milan want £30 million for Denzel Dumfries. Denzel Dumfries is Dutch. He wants to play for Manchester United, but will United get this deal done and dusted? As I told you, if there is Chelsea into this deal, you wouldn't really expect United to win this battle. But the good thing is that Chelsea have gone in for Malo Gusto, another young talent, one of the best right backs in his age in League One, French, 18 years of age. Chelsea signed him yesterday, but he's going to stay on loan at Lyon until 2023 in June. So that gives United a breather to really battle it out with Newcastle. But will Erik ten Hag try to bring in Denzel Dumfries? Why? Why would he go for Denzel Dumfries? Because he thought that Dalot couldn't compete at a world stage, but Dalot has proven him, and Dalot is the first choice right back for Erik ten Hag. And secondly, Aaron Wan-Bissaka has gone ahead to put up a show at Manchester United. That's it. So, looks like the agent is coming in through to discuss with Manchester United, but £30 million, not bad money for United to pay in the summer, especially if at all we are going to be sold by the Glazers. But would it be of interest of Erik ten Hag to sign a player who can bench Diego Dalot? I doubt, because if Dalot gets to know that United is eyeing in for Denzel Dumfries, he'll tell them, I'm not putting pen to paper on my contract, because he has to put pen to paper at Manchester United as the first choice right back, because he has really fought for it. He has really shown that he's really the best right back at Manchester United. And why do you go in for a player almost more than him as far as playing the right back position is concerned? I think it's better to get an understudy like you see Malacia with Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw is the senior left back at Manchester United. Malacia is the backup, but there is no huge difference. So Malacia looks like the one in waiting to take over that position of Luke Shaw. And when Luke Shaw is away, Malacia comes in through and gets the job done. You saw him against Man City marking Mahrez out of the game of football. And that's what Erik ten Hag should do for a player called Dalot. And this has really sent a message to me that this deal might not come to happen, according to me. I think Ten Hag will go in for a different right back who is young, like the likes of the Frimpongs and very many others. Or even he might decide to keep Aaron Bissaka, because Bissaka has been really great ever since he came in through after the World Cup really came to an end, because United was all struggling. And he came in through after Dalot got an injury and has done the job. He has done the job, and with time, I believe he's going to improve on his forward game, because defensively he's good, but his offensive play has always been lacking. But you see that he's really improving. And if at all you watch that goal we scored against Manchester City, the first one, when he passed in Casemiro, you know what he did to Rodri. He sat Rodri down because they know that he's not confident on the ball, and they swamped him up. After swamping him up, three players, I think it was Grealish, Foden. Was it Foden? It was Grealish, Rodri, and who? There are three players that swamped him up, and he used a very good skill set to go out of them, and Rodri was left on the ground. That's it. So, that is it for you about Denzel Dumfries. I don't believe you're going to go in for him. That's for me. Now, Anthony Elanga with Everton, Borussia Dortmund eyeing for his loan. There is another team that has really coming through to really want his services. That is PSV Eindhoven. We are being told PSV has its sights on attacker Anthony Elanga from Manchester United. Why is PSV wanting Anthony Elanga? They've lost two forwards, Cody Gakpo and Madueke. Cody Gakpo has gone to Liverpool, and Madueke has gone to Chelsea. Now, it's up to Erik ten Hag to make a decision on whether Anthony Elanga should go to Germany, remain the Premier League at Everton, or go to the Eredivisie. What is right for the player? But we know on this, Ten Hag is one of the geniuses we have on player development, and he knows where this player can develop best. Now, the latest coming, or the latest incoming in of PSV, just sends you a very huge message that is clear that they coming in through after really testing the waters and obviously scanning whether this move is possible. This is my thought and my take. If Ten Hag sent Jadon Sancho to Netherlands to really go through what we call mentorship and rehabilitation, that means he believes in the structures of Netherlands. You get? So, what does that call for? It calls for Ten Hag choosing Eredivisie over any league, meaning that he believes that technical abilities are the ones that really fronted first in that league. That means Anthony Elanga might be seen in the Eredivisie. That's it. But one will say, wouldn't he have betrayed Ajax by giving them a player known as Anthony Elanga? I think he's respecting his job at Manchester United. He's no longer the manager of Ajax. He's the manager of Manchester United, and that died a natural death when he crossed from Ajax to Manchester United. That's why he wanted to sign Cody Gakpo from PSV. And I think there is a relationship between United and PSV that we can go ahead and really build, to go ahead and really send some good players in PSV to see if they really go ahead and really look better and perform better for the club of Manchester United. They are growing up and being better. But for Anthony Elanga, it shows you that he's really a very promising talent that needs to be nurtured. And how do you nurture a player like Anthony Elanga? You take him to Bundesliga, you take him to Eredivisie. You wouldn't like to take him at Everton because there is a lot of chaos at Everton. A team is fighting for his battle, sorry, for the relegation battle. Can you really allow him to really go that side because there is a lot of uncertainty and a lot of chaos at the club? They wouldn't like him to go there. I believe PSV might get themselves this lad from Manchester United. Not so? So your thoughts on United holding Vlahovic talks are welcome in the comment section below. Dumfries' latest, his agent in UK to really talk to Manchester United. That's it. Chelsea and Arsenal. Sorry, Chelsea and Newcastle. Then, where would you loan Anthony Elanga for his proper nurturing and development? Would you loan him to Everton, Borussia Dortmund, or the new entrants on the list of signing this lad known as PSV? May the Almighty bless you abundantly. Sign out for now. See you later.